I'm in a secret location in the heart of London with the UK Pastry Team as they prepare for the Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie.
Okay, the location isn't that secret. We're at the Taste Labs at Classic Fine Foods in London. But what you might be asking is, what is Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie? It's the World Cup of Pastry, where the best of the best compete in Lyon, France. Ooh la la, indeed! Yes, it is a thing. Men and women who create the amazing treats we enjoy at afternoon teas, on restaurant menus, or even just as yummy treats to be picked up. These guys and gals are at the top of the game, and boy, are all of them good. This year's UK team includes Martin Chiffers, an international pastry consultant. He's focused on the chocolate element. Nicolas Houchet from Le Cordon Bleu in London, he's focusing on sugar. And Michael Kwan from the Dorchester, he's working on the ice. They are all held together by this year's team president, Denis Drame from the Taste Lab. Speaking of, let's hear from Denis.
Is over 10 hours in one go. Everything has to be made on site. So everything that you will see behind me or later on the buffet will be produced on the day from scratch. It started 6 months ago. The big challenge is obviously on the day to make sure we deliver what we work for. That's the reason why for the last 6 months we've been training to really try to perfect every single element, and not just that, but to synchronize all of them three needs to make sure that every timing is absolutely perfect. So communication is perfect. It's a very, very hard competition mentally and physically. It's quite draining. So hopefully we'll be able to put everything together on the day. So basically, because we all have obviously day-to-day job, on Monday to Friday we do our jobs, but then on the Saturday, Sunday we practice for the last 6 months, and for the last 2 weeks we've been practicing every day. The competition is 10 hours long, so it's quite demanding.
We are at the Taste Lab at Classic Fine Food. It's basically and surely the best practice any team could dream of. I know that there is so many countries struggling actually to get kitchens to practice in, and so yeah, we are having a practice session, doing a run, and we are all invited. Sponsors, helpers, bloggers, media who wants to talk about the Pastry World Cup, which is the Olympics of pastry. It's happening every 2 years. It's a biannual competition, bringing at the beginning 60 countries and at the end 20 at the final. So 20 finalists, 20 countries involved every 2 years, playing their life, working so hard actually to have the title, the best champion in the world. So good luck, UK. Go UK. I love climate change because there is so many things you can say about it, and there is a few details. So I won't reveal anything, but just go in details, and the techniques. It's amazing.
From this amazing tortoise with the gorgeous shell, these lovely little pastries over here. There's a fish around the back, which I don't know if you can see, but it is an ice sculpture of a fish. It's magnificent. All the way over to this beautiful little bit of chocolate at the top. I mean, the detail, the style, the work, this really is, in every capacity, magnificent.
So the team have been working really hard since 8:15 in the morning. It's now 5 o'clock and they've got 1 hour to go. They're doing really well and working really hard.
Now, all of this is made possible by the UK Pastry Club, an organisation that promotes UK pastry chefs, suppliers, artisans, producers, and the wider hospitality industry to the rest of the world. Let's hear from Benoit Blin, chair of the UK Pastry Club.
Well, I'm Benoit Blin. I'm the chairman of the UK Pastry Club, and we are here today in the final runs of the UK Pastry Team for the World Cup, ou la pastry de la Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie. The UK Pastry Club has been created back in 2011 when the UK has competed, I will say almost for the first time, and ever since at the Coupe du Monde de la Pâtisserie in Lyon. And I've been blessed to be the chairman of the club since then. And this year, We are there to knock at the door of the podium, and hopefully this team behind us are going to be amazing on the day and let the UK pastry industry shine for the first time on the podium. Well, I've always been very inspired by my job as such. I'm a pastry chef and I love everything around pastry and what it represents, but most of all, I love the people in the pastry, you know? It's like a massive brotherhood of chefs. We are competing with each other with our skill sets, but ultimately we are part of a big family, and no bigger family than the World Cup, the pastry World Cup, where the UK is actually gathering all the skills they can in the industry to try to represent our UK world at the world stage, and hopefully they are going to be brilliant this year, so bring it on.
As a tech geek, I love gadgets, so imagine my fortune, a chance to play around with the Fleur One Edge Pro. This is a device that you can attach to your phone or go effectively hands-free, as it's Wi-Fi enabled, allowing you to detect heat in almost any direction. Here, of course, I'm using it for something a bit more fun. You can really see how cold the ice sculpture is as Michael lifts it up. Just look at what Michael's doing here. It's amazing. Not only do these guys know what they're doing, but they're doing it extremely well. Massively impressive. For me, the biggest challenge is waiting. The time it takes to prepare, to investigate, to correct mishaps, the devotion that goes into every single step of the process, the focus, the concentration. As an observer, I struggle, and I can't begin to imagine the pressure the individual team members are going through. Respite for us, however, comes in the form of tastings. Lucky guests that we are, we got to taste the different creations that accompany the sculptures. Yummy!
Hey Shugi, there are no spoons, so we're only going to be able to look at them today.
There were so many tastings taking place that day that we actually ran out of spoons at that particular point in time. But it was short-lived because they managed to find some and we all dived in. And as you can tell by the expression on this fellow's face, that was divine. This particular item was a tuile, jasmine meringue, coconut, kaffir lime foam, galang-galang crumble, mango compote, and jasmine ice cream. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, just wow. As we came to the end of the practice session, we all gathered together to celebrate and toast the team for their fantastic work. There are 3 of us attending that evening who don't drink alcohol, but guess what? They managed to find a non-alcoholic wine for us to join in.
Presenting you a non-alcoholic sparkling wine made from Maison Goubet. This is actually now Merlot, the 3 different grapes, Semillon and Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. Non-alcoholic, the way the method is to not de-alcoholize. They cut the fermentation at very high temperature. When it's actually to the right temperature, that's where the alcohol is gone, and therefore it becomes after into the bottles where it is sparkling. It's the fermentation takes place as a normal wine, so that's why it's called a wine.
After a heavy and intense competition, up against the best of the best in the world, the UK team did us all proud and came forth. Combining creativity with inspiration and vision, the team tackled one of the most pressing issues of our time, climate change. And in doing so, they made all of us proud. Well done to the team for their awesome work.